Okay,
Hi,
bye.
everyone. Welcome to our second podcast show with the amazing Rachel Schwartz
Thank you.
and myself. We are so
Amazing
excited to be
nonetheless.
here. Thank you, Rachel. We're so happy and excited to be here. We're
You?
both so passionate
Yes.
about the times that we're living in and the ability to tap into what is possible, what is available for us. And we're so excited to explore this and to pick each other's brain and to try to understand where we're actually at in the astrological time, and most importantly, internally inside of our hearts, inside of our beings, and how can we best show up in the day-to-day life. So, Rachel, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good. As I told you, I just got back from vacation, so I'm like full of energy. It's still the month of Leo.
And you
So the
celebrated
energy
your
of the
birthday. Happy
sun.
birthday to Rachel.
Thank you so much. And soon it's your birthday. So we're going
Coming
to talk
up,
a little bit about Virgo
coming up.
today,
Big
right?
5-0, by the way.
Wow.
I know.
That's
I know.
amazing.
Yeah, going through a lot.
It's the best, but it's amazing. I'll tell you something, and it actually really relates to everything that is happening astrologically right now. That right now we're in the Lion Gate portal, which is a very powerful energy of understanding our passions or desire, connecting to a passion, not from a place of, passion is a very reactive thing, right? I can be passionate about something and lose interest, but it's a passion that is the real passion, something that comes from the soul. This is the power of the Lion Gate portal. That, I mean, the 8th of August is the highest point, but it's gonna last until tomorrow, the date until the 12th. And I'll tell you something very interesting, that because we also have an eclipse, it's just a really, really, and Jupiter is in Leo too, so it's a really powerful time to understand passion that comes from something real, not an emotional passion, not something that has to do only with the outer things. If it happens, I'm going to be excited. It's not a dependency passion. It's a passion that comes from the desire of the soul. This is like a really powerful eclipse. And while we're still in that energy of the gate, of the Lion's Gate, and I think
What
that
is the
what
Lions Gate? Can you walk us
the Lion's
through
Gate
what
is
is
the
the
period,
Lions?
it's a few days in the month of Leo, in the period, in the season of Leo, that this energy, and it's again, the peak of it is 8-8. It's an energetic portal that basically only happens during this time, and it connects us to shining our light regardless of what other people will think about us.
Sounds very
Shining
Leo.
our light. What?
Sounds very Leo-like.
Exactly, right? Because Leo, people like, yeah, Leo is a confident sign, but Leo also really very much needs approval, validation, admiration, liking. So
Love,
every person needs it. What?
love.
Love, attention. If they don't get attention, some Leos will get attention in a positive way, and some will get it in a negative way. It's like attention, right? Look at me, see me, acknowledge me, validate me.
I
And the
feel like you
beautiful,
got in trouble in school sometimes.
I did, because I was like a joke. I like to make jokes, so it's like I was always talking, shocking, right? So it's a very Leo thing to also feel that, listen, I have the responsibility of the entertainment in the situation. So you were saying you're turning 50, and I was thinking that my sister always, like, I'm 52, I just turned 52, and my sister is, every time I tell her, oh, I did it, I didn't care about what everybody else thinks. She says to me, oh, very appropriate for your age, right? Like when you turn 50, you stop caring
Wow.
more and more but what people think about you. And I think it's so perfect that it's happening to you in the period that the eclipses are in Leo and Aquarius. We're starting that energy right now because you're Leo rising. By the way, when you're Leo or Leo rising or Leo moon, these eclipses are going to make big changes for you. They're moving you to your next level. Eclipses are real change. It's not just like it changes something in the physical reality that is changing like the path or the course of your life. It's a very, very powerful time.
Ooh. Yeah, so let's get into this. So what is, I guess,
so the power of the eclipses with the Rosh Chodesh? It's a whole thing, right? It's Rosh Chodesh Virgo, the first day of the month of Elul, and the Lion Gate,
the end of the Lion's Gate,
and the nodes. This is the south node, right? The north and south nodes. It's like the whole energy now is if we operate from ego, which is ego basically means that my source is outside of me.
Mm.
My source of happiness is validation, approval, recognition, and I'm not connected to a genuine place, because if I think how people see me, I'm already not filtering it through my genuine part. I'm looking at what other people see and trying to either make them happy or not make. How do they look at me? This is really the power of everything that we're dealing with now. Where is my real self? Like, how would I behave if no one was looking? What would I do if really I was genuine with who I am? And am I genuine? It's a very, very powerful. And think about the Virgo energy. Virgos are very, at the end of the day, Virgo is what? Critical. Right. But also they're non-drama people. They don't look for drama. They don't want drama. They want just almost like they have a modesty that, yeah, you have Leo rising, so you want to influence, but Virgo, by their essence, they're very like almost like I'll be at service. I don't need to be in the front, right? So the beauty of it is to know that everything that I do, of course, I'm aware that there are people around me, but am I doing it because I want to get something out of it, which is admiration, recognition, love, attention? Or do I do it from a place of service? Hineni shalcheni. I have a talent. How do I use this talent to serve? And this is the beauty of the energies that are available now. It's the Leo, that is the talent. Leos are the talent. You know how in the entertainment world there are people that are like a talent. Leo is the talent. But with the energy of Virgo and the eclipse is happening in the energy of Leo, right? So it's really about, I have a talent. How do I use it to actually better other people's lives instead of like having that attached agenda of what they're going to think about me?
So could you walk us through what is the power of an eclipse before we get into this particular eclipse? What does it mean? What is the difference between a lunar eclipse and a solar eclipse?
Perfect. So first of all, if you're following the Hebrew calendar, or you're at least a little bit aware of it, the lunar eclipse will happen in the middle, in the 15th, around the 15th of the month, the Hebrew month, and the solar in the beginning. Okay, so it's like the new moon actually will show us so basically what is a solar eclipse is that the moon is between Earth and the sun, so we can't see the sun, right? A lunar eclipse is when the Earth covers the sun from the moon, and then you can't see the moon. The moon gets covered, and that happens, as we said, in the 15th of the month. And the solar eclipse is more connected to the outer energy, the ego, my place in the world, big people, like big people in humanity, in society, the moon, the sun. The sun is like really that. Obviously, the sun is the biggest deal in our system, right? So when this is covered, I mean, globally, it can mean that big people even can die. Sorry, I hope it's okay that I'm saying, or like big changes in that area, or some like a big person that loses his rulership. That's big. On the personal level, the solar is my ego, how people see me, how I manifest. Now, again, it also depends where it falls in the person's chart, what it affects, if it's on the moon, if it's on the rising, if it's on the sun. And it depends. In astrology, it's a very exact thing. So you want to see where it falls. But in the personal level is how do I clear ego? And if I don't, it can affect. I don't like we're not negative. We don't believe in negativity, but it can affect in a challenging way that will push me to break my ego.
Yeah.
And the moon is more feminine energy, our receiving abilities. The feminine means also for men. It's just our abilities to feel and express emotions and experience what we feel. So when the moon is covered, it's more inside of us. And the sun is more things that are outside. But both of them, if they're in a certain placement in the chart, the moon makes changes. And again, it depends where it falls, but it can give people like completely news that are either good or God forbid. I don't want to say it, but I don't want to put it in people's minds. But the moon is something that changes, like both of them, both the eclipses can create a huge change in the physical life. But it's all good. It's all for the best in the big picture.
Ultimately,
right?
Yeah. So we had like major eclipses happening, for example, last year in Nisan, in Aries, and we had it, I believe the previous year we had
it. Was more like the Pisces Virgo alignment. So maybe, right? Like, so when it's Pisces Virgo, it has to do with thoughts, with fears, with how much do we look at spirituality versus more scientific way of looking at things. How much it's good to use both. It's good to use your logical mind sometimes, and it's good to use your spiritual mind all the time, but the faith. So it's really about faith and trust versus what is my work to do in the physical reality. As a Virgo, you're very, you like tachlis things, you like to get things done, right? But you're also very logical. Pisces is not necessarily the most logical, but naturally more sensitive, emotional intelligence, intuitive, right? So it's like that was the past year and a half what we were kind of like pushed to. And a lot of people, because also Pisces had a lot of other things happening for them or to them, if I'm really honest, and other things like Neptune, like Saturn, but now it all shifted. So now we're more in the fire air energy. And fire is what we said before, passion. It's about ego, anger, thinking it has to be my way, all that part. Now, the opposite of Leo is Aquarius, right? Now, when the south node is in Leo, the north is in Aquarius. So it means that we need to connect more to the positive aspects of Aquarius.
So just make sense of this for people that don't understand this. So right now there's the north node, which we are collectively in, and that is the Aquarius north node. And the north node, if you could give us like one sentence what the north node means.
Right. North node is what we want to be more like. That's it. It's the positive. It's like how do we
going towards?
Exactly. So, like, for instance, Leo is a sign that by their nature, it's like the sun. I'm the center, everything is around me, right? Aquarius is actually the benefit of society,
Collective.
exactly the collective benefit, or doing things for others, caring for the world is their kind of flag, right? Now, they have their own issues, but right now the nodes are saying that we need to be distancing ourselves from ego, from judgment, from thinking that like, oh, other people should behave and I need to tell them what to do or how to, which is more a Leo thing, and move to the place that accepts people no matter what they are, who they are, how they live their lives, like that type of things, accepting people's. Listen, Aquarius can be sometimes too idealistic, but to understand that we want an idealistic reality, and it's okay to believe that it's possible. It's possible to have a bliss. This is really the consciousness. The consciousness is to be. I'm not the center. I need to care about others and use my talents to make the world a better place.
So interesting that if we think about the eclipse that happened just a couple of months ago and a year ago,
Yeah.
and where it happened in Aries and it happened in Libra, right? It happened in Tishrei, and where that led the world and where we're at now. You think about like now, because when you think about, astrology is not, according to Kabbalah, like astrology isn't about being fatalistic. Oh, this is now going to happen. But God, right?
Right.
Through the universe, right, is
Right.
awakening each and every one of us collectively and individually. So you think
Right.
about these. I think there were three eclipses that happened in very, very strategic, important times. And it happened
Yes.
in Aries, and again, it happened in Libra, and it happened on the realm of, right, that Pisces, Virgo kind of like waking up the collective, waking
Right.
up, you could call humanity, to have this fall of what are we what are we thinking and what are our thoughts? And I think it's just so incredible that if we look at the world right now and 6 months ago and a year ago, and we just look at even what's happening now with AI, without going into any geopolitics and everything that's going on, which is absolutely insane, insane beyond belief.
Right.
But we
And
just
it's interesting you said AI because
AI,
the
yeah.
Aquarius energy also
Aquarius
has.
energy is taking us to that collective AI. Yeah,
Right.
100%. And there was that huge like break, like that huge like shattering of that ego, of we think that we know it all. Well, guess what? A machine and an artificial intelligence can make each and every one of us. And right now, Elon Musk and everything, they're saying, or whoever it is, that they're saying we're reaching a level of intelligence that I'm sorry, the what's his name, Ben Altman, is saying that we're reaching a level of, it's called AG, like we're reaching like this collective like intelligence that the machines are going to even be smarter than us. So there was a huge break and fall, you could say, of the level of our minds and even intuition, right? Intuition. Where are we at intuitively? We think that we're so great. We understand it, and we think that even people are actually them. It's maybe not even them. It's maybe someone else that's, or that it's an AI that's talking or
Right.
communicating,
Like
whatever it is.
talk a lot with AI now, and you don't even know that it's AI, right?
Yeah. Are you AI,
But you know
Rachel?
what? I love what you said about the ego, that it's so perfect because the eclipses that were in Virgo and Pisces were teaching us something very cool, very powerful, that our brain, our mind, like you said, we need to be modest, almost like there's a machine that can replace you in a second. You think you're such a big shot.
You're not so
So
smart.
so it forces to learn to have more certainty that like everything that happens is a part of the big picture. What I have is not just my brains, or it's my neshama, it's my soul. It's like, and my soul has a purpose here no matter what. And who provides to me? That my providing force is the creator. It's not the fact that I have this degree. I have few clients that are writers, and that's it. They have nothing to do now. Like they don't. Nobody needs a writer. Nobody needs somebody to start like writing things for them. And the place is to understand it's not that I'm obsolete now as a person. It's like it's a push to know that a few things. A, my soul has a purpose here. Maybe I'm being like redirected. And the other part is the providing is not like, sometimes we're tested with it, like am I going to be provided, am I not going to be, but it's not related to your how many degrees you have, and it's really coming from the creator. It's stuff that is very interesting, that in the Virgo energy you had to learn to let go.
Totally.
We're coming to the Virgo energy now in the month of Elul, which Virgo, listen, I love the month of Elul. It's one of my favorite, if not my favorite month, because I feel the closest to the creator in that month.
It's a reset.
I don't know.
It's a reset.
Melech Basadeh. I feel the creator. I feel that even when I see things that are not amazing about myself, I have more acceptance and forgiveness, and I'm not as harsh on myself. It's like there's a lot of compassion in this month. So the fact that the eclipse is happening in the new moon, which by the way, there's new moon and there's Rosh Chodesh. It's not always the same, but the new moon is in Leo and the eclipse is in Leo, right? But the beauty of it is that in the Hebrew, it has the energy of Virgo, which is, if you understand that everything that you have is not about bragging or just about being at service to others. I mean, the ego like automatically dissipates. I have it. Okay, it was given to me as a tool. It's not who I am. And AI made a lot of people question who they are. Who am I? Am I even? You were never you, like what you thought you were. You're your real you, your real identity, and that's also the lion gate, and it's the understanding that who I am is not the outside of what people see, or the diplomas, or what I'm an astrologer, I'm a rabbi, I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer. There's something deeper, and this is the power to understand that without the outside, you can connect to something within you that is a really powerful thing.
So, what would you say is the breakdown of the eclipse on Leo in Leo going into Virgo?
Yes. So listen, big changes are coming. Big changes, and it's a 6 months thing. So we're gonna see like a lot of big changes. The way the world is, like the Aquarius energy, it's gonna be more and more that physical things are less and less feeling real to us.
Totally. Yeah.
And the physical world starts, like, people that are Aquarius, because think the node is telling us be like the Aquariuses, right? So people that are Aquariuses, they have the ability to see and to understand things from a very new perspective.
Yeah.
A new perspective is not just because, they are like a little out of the box. No, it's like they have an aerial view. They can snap out and just understand how the energies really play. how the energies really create. And this is what we're headed to in the next year and a half. It's to move to that place that we see in our lives, how it looks very real to us is actually not real. And some people don't like to hear it like that, but it's the truth. At the end of the day, the only real thing is our relationship with the Creator. Everything else that like is our identity, even as parents, being a parent, being a child of somebody, being a sibling, being a husband, being a wife, all these things we're gonna start seeing them more as it's a physical thing, but what is something that is beyond it? What am I beyond that identity that I put on myself? Like that's what I am. I'm this. Yeah, but what is your identity? Who are you? And who am I? This is the question of this eclipse energy.
Who are you besides being a mother, a father,
Right. What
someone
are
in
you?
a
Is this your
position?
identity?
You know,
What is your
what
identity?
happens when your kids grow up, or when you
Exactly.
don't have
Yeah.
kids, or
Right.
when you transition to another stage. And again, that's the whole Aquarius energy, is transitioning and keeping on transitioning and going. Life is not waiting for you. Time is not stopping for you because you think it should stop. It's not stopping, it's going.
Right.
And are we okay with, even if we're not okay, it's going to keep on going.
Yeah.
But
Right. You know, it's funny you said it because Aquarius is a lot of times one of their biggest fear. If you go deep and understand their fear, they're gonna say to waste my life, to waste like my time.
yeah,
And I
that's
think
the
that like
shadow.
it's very, yes,
Yeah.
that's the shadow. But the fear, again, we don't want to operate from fear, but we need to remember also that fear means that there's something that you value. Like if I'm afraid of wasting my time, it means that I understand that there's something very valuable about my time. So we all, like you said, there's a way to connect to the shadow, which is fear, or to connect to that Ahavat Yaakov, which is like I have meaning. I like there's something here to do. I didn't come here just to hang out and make money or get people to like me or whatever it is, or gain experiences that are right. It's like I have a purpose. My time is important. My time is valuable.
Mm.
So this is really the energy. I think we also should talk a little bit about your month, my dear.
We definitely should. Wow, there's so much there that I, again, before we go into Virgo, I feel like
Yeah.
we're still in Leo. I don't want to let go of Leo yet, of 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 uh, of the month of Leo. And I think that this eclipse is just like really just waking us up to. And it's interesting, according to the Talmud, there's a difference between a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. And it
Yeah.
says that the solar eclipse affects more of the nations,
Yeah.
and the lunar eclipse affects more of the Jewish people. And
Yes.
right now, more than any other race or people in the world, the Jewish people are really uh, in the news, and and we're I don't want to say oppressed, because we never look at ourselves as being like oppressed and whatever it is, because whatever challenges have come the Jewish people's way, we always have made lemonade out of lemons. And throughout thousands of years of anti-Semitism, like, we make something out of it. And I mean, you just talk about like the miracles of the Jewish people, miracles of Israel, and whether you like us or not, you're a fan or not, the bottom line is, um,
Don't go
we're
anywhere.
not
We're
going
not
anywhere, and
planning to go
we're not
anywhere,
we're
right?
not planning on going anywhere. And we're an indispensable And in fact, the Talmud says if it wasn't for the Jewish people, the world would not exist on a spiritual level. But we see even on a physical level and all the innovations that are coming through and everything that's happening and the spiritual gifts that we have given to the world, starting all the way with Abraham. So when we have a lunar eclipse happening in Leo, which Leo could go both ways. Leo is the destructive energy, which it says that Leo corresponds to the Nebuchadnezzar and the nations of the world that destroyed us. And then Leo is also the creator, Aryeh Ishag Milo Ira, like God is this lion.
Yeah.
And the temple is this lion, and the destruction of the lion is therefore a greater rebuilding. So I just want to bring out that in current events, what we are experiencing, and anyone that's listening that is Jewish or not, the fact that understanding that the amount of anti-Semitism that's happening in the world right now is just staggering. And if people would look back and think about what happened 70 years ago, the Holocaust, and 6 million Jews were killed. And right now, we're like, pretty much things have come back to potentially, but they're very different right now. We have the land of Israel. We're back on the land, and we have one of the strongest armies, if not the strongest, second strongest, whatever you want to call it, in the world. The economy one of the strongest economies in the world, innovation, startup nation, etc. To recognize that all of these shatterings and these eclipses are there for us to now rebrand and to come out as something completely new. So while all of these challenging events are happening, and here, we are, personally, we're living over here in Israel in over 2 years, and it's going to be 3 years where we had wars, and we had airplanes and we had rockets falling, but nevertheless, we're in summertime right now, and people are out. And obviously, everyone is in their PTSD and their own trauma mode. But at the same time, you think about what is rebirthing. What is rebirthing? So we see an eclipse over here in Leo, which is the month of destruction, but it's also rebuilding. And where is it rebuilding? What is it rebuilding? So each and every one of us, on a personal level, because according to Kabbalah, yes, you could talk about like that person in white supremacist or Muslim, pro-Palestinian, this and that. They're again, we don't care about them. Like they could go to whatever. It's like us. What am I changing? Like how is my personal change looking like? Because these eclipses they're happening on the collective, but they're happening on the personal. So this personal eclipse, this change, is happening in the month of now, leading us into Virgo, which is this newness. There's something new on the horizon. So while we could look at, oh my God, the world right now is absolutely insane. And anyone that's not Aquarius cannot see. And if you're an Aquarius, you could be like, oh, well, we're going here, we're going that, like, or you're in your shadow, whatever it is. But everyone is feeling this pain and this fear of, I don't recognize this world. Like, what was?
But is it? I think there are two things. I think that there is the part that we don't recognize because a lot of things are happening. Somebody that in the beginning after the 7th of October, somebody, a Jewish guy from England, a famous actor, I don't remember his name, he said anti-Semitism is a very light sleeper. It's like very easy to wake it up, right? It's like we've seen it throughout all the Jewish history, right? But I think that there are a few things there. I think one, it's to understand that we're not meant to be persecuted. It's not that like, oh, because we're Jewish people, it will always be persecuted. It's like, yeah, it's what happens. But at the end of the day, I really believe that if we do what is our spiritual work as a people, right? Each one for their own, but as a people, and we need to do belief work on ourselves. We need to understand what we believe in, because if I believe that as a people I'm always gonna be persecuted, I'm gonna attract it into my life. I know it sounds very out there, but think that like if we understand that our thoughts create a reality, and as a people, we always say, "Bechol dor vador kamim alenu lechalotenu." They want to like kill us. In every generation, there's the Pharaoh, or there's a Hitler, or there's a whatever person that is Nebuchadnezzar, or whoever it is, right? But the story is that we have a job spiritually, and if we do our job, we give light to the whole world. Like nobody. So if there's an outer result of something, it's because we are not doing our job.
Yes.
It's not about blaming the victim, but it's really understanding that, like you said, somewhere I think we know deep inside, I think every person, I mean, many people that are born Jewish understand that we have a role to bring love and peace. Our role is to bring peace. You pray 3 times a day and ask for peace. We don't ask for war, right? We want peace. We want to bring peace to the world. We want to bring truth and wisdom. Like you said, so many of the even Nobel Prize winners, and there's technology and high tech and everything, right? Medicine, philosophers, psychologists who started psychology, right? So the thing is that like we have a role. So I think that like thinking of ourselves as you said we shouldn't, right? Not even to say victim or not victim or persecuted or not, even because we're strong and we get up, but there's something deeper there. 2 things that I see. One is we don't need to believe that we're going to always be persecuted. We need to start changing those beliefs.
Yeah.
And that this belief serves us somehow. Because if I believe that I'm always going to be persecuted, when I'm persecuted, I'm not going to look into check, why am I persecuted? And I'm not saying that it's not about what happened on the 7th. It's deeper. It's a spiritual role that we have. It's not about if you're a nice or not nice. I mean, yeah, nice is a good thing to be, but it's something deeper. We're here to bring light to the world. We are here as a role to bring the central column. You know better than I do with Kabbalah, right? We are here to establish the energy of the central column. So if we don't do it, so it's not that they're the cause. They're already the result of what we're not doing. So to say that we will always be persecuted it serves us by saying, what can I do? Not because of me. I'm okay. I'm nice. But do you do your spiritual work? Do you really focus on what you said in the time of Mount Sinai, that you're going to take this responsibility to bring wisdom to the world? I think eventually the less we buy into that, what can we do? We'll always be persecuted, which is the truth. It's not a lie, but like to say, no, we can cut that cycle. It doesn't have to last forever. How? This is the Kabbalah. Kabbalah explains how. By doing what we're meant to do here. By focusing on real things, not just accumulating money or, again, I'm not saying, I know it sounds a little, but whatever it is, even not just to be comfortable in my own little home. It's really to put myself out there and make a positive impact. And if I do it the right way, and as our job is, there's no reason that we won't be persecuted.
100%. And there's another explanation. B'chol dovado, kamim aleinu lechalotenu. They come to obliterate us. The word lechalot means to obliterate, but it also means to get us to the level of kalta nafshi, of actually getting ourselves to actually have just such a deep love. Like the word kala in Hebrew, which means a bride, she's so in love with her husband. That's she's called a kala. She mechala. She's just going off. The purpose of the anti-Semitism is to really get us to a level of like love, of igniting that love that's intrinsically within us. And unfortunately, why does it have to happen from the outside? Because we don't remember that enough from the inside, and within the good times, within the positive times. And within the positive times, how could we get along with each other and make space for each other and see the advantages that other people have and receive from others and to give to others, and in that, right, in that balanced way.
I love it. It's so good. And you're saying something, it's like so good, because you said we operate from sinat esav, right? Like people are coming to persecute us, and then all of a sudden, even I can tell you that I see in Israel like a huge spiritual awakening. It's not religious, it's spiritual people that all of a sudden keep Shabbat, but not from a religious perspective, just to connect to their essence. And like you said, there is a way to do it from Ahavat Yaakov or from Sinat Esav. If we want to do it like, not because we're persecuted, but in a proactive way, from the love of being spiritual and doing the work of love in the world and connecting to the Creator and teaching about the Creator.
Which is Leo, right? The energy of Leo is really that.
Oh, amazing. But you know what? I was thinking when you said it, that it's a very human thing to sleep when everything is good. To be sleeping, like, oh, everything is comfortable, so why should I worry about things? Or why, if I am not hurting, I'm not gonna check. We like to be comfortable, and we don't like to be pushed out of our comfort zone. So it's like why are you expecting from the Jewish people always to like try to go out, right? Why can't we just be like left alone to do? Because we made a commitment. We made a spiritual commitment. We got that in Mount Sinai. We made the spiritual commitment to bring that energy to the world, to be that nation. Sorry, it's
whether
like
you
we
like
said
it or not.
yes. We said yes.
Whether
no
you like
backseas, no backseas.
No backseas.
Yeah. So we are like, do you know how sometimes I'm sure you see it even with your kids, that there are kids that you expect but from you I wouldn't expect it. Maybe from your little baby brother or sister, yeah, but from you. And I think this is what sometimes I, at least for me, I'm like, no, it's like I committed to something. I'm not to be compared to anything else. I made a commitment, and that's why I have that responsibility. It's almost like it's a choice, because everything is a choice, but it's not really a choice. Like we said, we're gonna do something, and our souls are built to do it. And if we don't do it, we're taking away from the world. That's the Aquarius consciousness.
Amazing. Wow. So I think that we really spoke about the eclipse, and we spoke about Leo, and we spoke about We didn't speak so much about
Virgo.
Virgo and Elul, but that's okay because
We
I
should do
feel
it in another time. We should
in another
definitely
time.
dedicate. I'm thinking maybe we should do it before the sun moves, like, so it's like, I don't know, whatever you think,
Yeah,
but be the one that is the
for sure.
English, the Gregorian Virgo.
For sure. Yeah. And
Yeah.
that's September 1st is my birthday, actually. Like,
Ah, perfect. Amazing. So we'll do that.
yeah. So, wow. So the eclipse. So I just want to bring out maybe questions for anyone that's here, anyone that's listening, and to ourselves. What is this eclipse awakening inside of you? Is it awakening inside of you more panic and turmoil and change is hard, and growth is difficult? Absolutely, all of that, all of the above. But what is deeper than that? And what is deeper than that? And beyond all of the craziness that's going on, and it brings up trauma and just feelings of like, oh my God, like the world is, back to what it was 70 years ago with my grandparents and great grandparents or whatever it is. And I'm now thinking that, there's going to be a world war. How can me, you, and I, and Rachel, and all of us be able to really tap into something that is eternal,
Yeah.
that is there, that's really asking us to tap into our light, to
Which
tap
is the
into
real
our lunar.
power, really, right? It's the real power. At the end of the day, everything outer is ego and it can be shattered like from nothing. If we want the real strong foundation and constitution, we want to make sure that we connect to that real place of who I am. What, like, not what people expect me to do. What is my real purpose here? How do I go beyond my comfort zone, my laziness, my fear, my judgment, whatever it is? It's a very, very powerful eclipse tomorrow.
Patterns, the regular
Yes,
patterns,
yes, yes,
or my
yes,
belief systems and my limiting
yes,
belief systems.
exactly. Where do I limit myself because I think that I'm going to be rejected
Yeah.
if I do something and maybe I fail. It's like literally not like you said before about Aquarius. Time is precious, even though it's an illusion. But on this physical earth, it is a thing, and we need to look at it like that, right?
So Rachel, give us a final
Thank you.
thought, lesson.
I have a meeting. I really, really have to go now. So I think like just the final thing before I jump on my next meeting. Um, mm, I would say, how can I be a force of love on this planet? How can I be a force of love? Use that Gate portal and the
Mm,
eclipse. And we're still with the moon in Leo. Leo can bring the energy of love, but a real love, not a love that is because I'm getting something out of it, but just to be a channel and know that my source is the creator.
amen. Amen. God bless.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Rachel. Thank you, everyone.
Stop
Thank you
many
for listening.
miracles, and soon we'll talk about Virgos.
We'll see you soon, everyone. God bless.
See you
Thank you,
soon. Thank you
Rachel.
so much.
Bye bye.